Hi everyone, I'm Chong Keat Aun from Malaysia, the director of Snow in Midsummer.
Okay, so tell me a bit about this event, this historical event that the movie was inspired from, let's say.
I managed to think about it. The film started when I found the burial site in 2009. It's quite a rural place behind the Refugee Center somewhere in Kuala Lumpur. When we found that place, there's no any sign about what is the burial site about. So when we are doing research day by day, and we found that it's a tragedy happened in 1969. In Malaysia we call it 13 May tragedy. So when we found that place, we started to do a lot of research, like we waiting for the family pay a visit for the burial site. So I think it's the research we are doing, it's more than 10 years. So we found like 14 family. So from the family oral history, so we found that a lot of the member or victims die on that night, suddenly disappear. So that's mean a lot of the reason why they are dying or what happened at that night is still it's still a very mysterious tragedy until now. So in Malaysia, it's hard for public to talk about this kind of issue because it's still a very sensitive topic to talk about.
But like young people nowadays know about this incident, or is forgotten?
It's quite hard because we cannot find any details or any topics talk about like in our textbooks. There's no such description about this history. So for the young people, they are not really know about it. But for the middle age, like above 40 or 50 something, they are still can listening to the grandparents talk about this, but only in family, so not for the open topics.
Okay. And what about the Chinese opera aspect? Why did you decide to include that in the movie?
About the Chinese opera, when we are doing research about the burial site, and the family told us that some of the audience died on that night just because they visit at the temple somewhere in Kuala Lumpur site called Pudu, or the place called Pudu. So at that night, there was a stage show called Snow in June.
Okay.
Yeah, Snow in June. So that's why we are using Snow in Midsummer, okay. Because this happens like the piece called Snow in June, but performing on the 13 May. So that's why we are using Snow in Midsummer for this film. So that night is a real show for the audience, just a celebration for the Chinese god birthday.
Yeah, but did you like Chinese opera before, or were you into it? Let's say.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of research of Chinese opera in Malaysia and Singapore, because Chinese opera they are from mainland China 200-300 years ago. But when the migrants they moved to Malaysia and Singapore, and they doing some change the way they perform, just because the storyline and also the costume to suitable for the weather in Malaysia. So day by day, after I think more than 200 years, when the Chinese opera step in on the land of Malaysia, they are totally different with mainland China. So that's why I'm doing a lot of research. So I'm quite a big fan for Chinese opera since I'm a younger, because of my grandmother. She's also part-time Chinese opera singer.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
Okay, but is it like people in Malaysia listen to? Is there anything going on with Chinese opera in Malaysia right now? Is performances? No.
I think nowadays Chinese opera is for old people. It's old people, and also just perform for the celebration of Chinese god temple, or it's a very local event. You only can watch or see the Chinese opera behind the temple or beside the temple. So for me it's quite a very old, and day by day it's not for the young people, it's for the old people.
And okay, I felt that the film, the first part in particular, due to the Chinese opera aspect, functioned kind of like a musical. Was that like your intention? You wanted it to be like
you
that?
You mean the style of the storyline?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we try to make it like it's a 3-stage. Because in the film we separately 2 parts. The first part is 1969 in 13 May at that night, and the second part 2018 after 49 years. For the first part, we try to make it like a stage show, so you can see everything. It's the middle and the wide scene, you can see the whole the whole picture showing the stage, and also the Majestic Theatre, and also the upper side of the Majestic Theatre. You can see just like a stage show, because we mix up with 3 legends. One of the Snow in Midsummer, second one is Sulalatus Saladins, in English called Malay Annals, and the third one is Keat Aun Annals. So 3 of them are just like a combination of the 2 legend or like mystic story from the Southeast Asia, but the Snow in Midsummer are originally from China. So we include the 3 pieces of the story, Snow in Midsummer, and also Malay Annals and Keat Aun Annals. It's some sort like a fable or metaphor for Malaysian politics. For example, like Malay Annals, this book is started written on 1612, 13 May. So the book it's also cover the 13 May metaphor inside the book. So for me, it's just like a fable for the tragedy happened in 1969. So we conclude a lot of the story and legend. So that's why we using Snow in Midsummer. But the main character Toa, the women sing on the bottom, the Majestic Theatre. She's like a combination of the actress on the stage and also the Toa. So why we are using Snow in June and also combined with Malay Annals and Keat Aun Annals is like allegory for the Malaysian politics, because the book of Malay Annals written on 1612, 13 May. So that's why for me it's just like allegory. Why happened after 300 years ago? It's already written in that book. So another part, we are using Toa. Toa, the character, is a legend from the Yuan dynasty author called Guan Hanqing. The name of the author. This author written a lot of the story and the state story. It's about criticize the government of Yuan dynasty, because in that period the Yuan dynasty government, they are like doing a lot of killing people and also a lot of corruption at that period. So Toa is like a symbolic of the peace. It's some kind in like Chinese tradition. When we call it Snow in June, that means something happened to the people, Yeah.
不公平。
对。
Injustice.
So okay, I tried. So when in Chinese people, when we are talking something injustice, we will say it's a tragedy of snow in June.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
I got it now.
Yeah. So this is like a phrase we are using. Something happened in snow in June, just like 斗二.
Okay, I got it. Okay, I may be reading too much into this scene, but there is the one where the girl hits the door of the cinema where the people are watching and tries to tell them to go out.
Yeah.
But they don't listen. And that when I was seeing that scene, I was thinking maybe you want to say that sometimes entertainment keeps people from seeing reality. I don't know if I read too much into it.
Yeah, it's some kind of the behind the meaning. Yeah. So because we are using stage and cinema, so you can see a lot of inside the cinema. You watch a film, but the film is about the country and also the politics. Like the Raja Bersiung, the film called The Fangs Teeth of the Sultan. It's a story from the Keat Aun.
That is an actual film?
It's an old film. It's an old film produced by our first Prime Minister.
Prime Minister?
So you can imagine our Malaysian Prime Minister, he is a big fan of filmmaking. So he's the only one, Prime Minister doing film at that time. And why I'm using this one, because he is from the family of the Big Fangs Sultan.
He's from that family.
Yeah.
Okay. And tell me a bit, I thought that also in your previous film that the religious or spiritual, if you say, themes are very prevalent. Can you tell me a bit about that? What is your connection, let's say, relationship with religion or spiritualism? Yeah,
it started from my first film, The Story of Southern Island. It's, I think a lot of people asking me why are you using a lot of spiritual and also medium, because I'm acting the medium inside the film in the story and Southern Island, and also in Snow in Midsummer. The starting part, the small boy balding me, that's me.
That's you.
That's the medium. Because my father, he is a medium. Yeah, so I'm growing up in this family, so I got a lot of knowledge about the local religious, some sort like between the borders, Malaysia and Thailand, because we got a lot of the we call it voodoo religious, and also a lot of the mystic experience. So that's why I try to put it inside my film, but try to make it more storytelling. Just because I'm from the family of my father and mother, both of them are medium. So when I study film, I try to put the experience of my family, because when they doing a lot of ceremony, I'm not the part of the ceremony, but I try to make it in the film in the way of poetic and gender. It's not a horror film style. Yeah. So that's the way I'm telling the story.
I understand. Okay. And can you tell me a bit about the casting? How did it work for the film?
Yeah, it's quite difficult to find local actor and actress to act in this film, because in the beginning I'm trying to do my first wish. We are trying to do the documentary on it, but it's hard. Because a lot of the family, they don't want to appear in front of the camera, so it's quite tough for me to doing a documentary about this burial site for the tragedy 13 May. So finally we tried to turn into a feature film, but another problem came out, because when the local actor or actress, when we meet, they are afraid to involve in this project, just because 13 May is still a white terror in Malaysia. It's a very sensitive issue. So in the beginning, the first version of the script, we have 14 characters. That means 14 characters that I interviewed before. We want to put in into the storyline, telling the people how they pay a visit on that day, 13 May. But we couldn't find actor or actress to join this film. So we moved to Taiwan to find the actress called Wan Fang, the leading of the leading role, and also another one from Malaysia, Pelitra. So both of them they are wished to join in this film. So for me, it's quite hard for the first period to find the actor and actress. So for the second part, it's investor. Although we win the award in Golden Horse Promoting Market and also CNC, but in the beginning we quite hard to find an investor. But luckily we find a Malaysian-based investor, Sunstrong Entertainment, and also we got the support from the IMDA Singapore, and also for Taiwan there's Taika and also Taipei Commission Film. So yeah, for us it's very tough, and because everyone when we are telling them we are doing the film as a background of 13 May 1969, they are suddenly like disappear, don't want to see us. Because
they're still okay, I understand. Okay, can you tell me a bit about what is the situation with the Malaysian movie industry right now? Because like this year, a lot of great movies. You have Tiger Stripes, you have Abang Gadik, you have yours, and it seems something is moving.
Yeah, I think it's like a big year for Malaysia filmmaker, because we can see a lot of independent filmmakers appear on the International Film Festival. But I'm curious, after this year, is it still continuing? I'm not sure, because every time when we saw a lot of film come out from Malaysia, but we still facing one problem of the LPF. Yeah, LPF is Malaysia Censorship Board. Yeah, because as you can see, the Tiger Strike, film in Malaysia, you have to censor it, you have to cover it for the Malaysian screening, but only showing in Kuala Lumpur, but for not nationwide. So you can imagine a film, you win the award in the International Film Festival, but only can showing in Kuala Lumpur, not for the nationwide. And also, I'm still finding out whether Snow in Midsummer, whether can showing in Malaysia or not.
You have submitted, but you don't know.
Yeah, we are still trying very hard to make it a dream come true, because the story of Southern Islands until now not showing in Malaysia. Yeah.
It's still.
Yeah, we only showing for the film festival, only 2 screening, but have to mute the sound of some part of the film for 1 minute.
Really?
Yeah. For the part of the shadow puppet scene. So it's against the rules of the religious. Yeah. So we are still curious after this year. Are we still got a lot of film like this year? So we hopefully our film can showing in Malaysia. That's our first wish as a Malaysia director. Yeah.
And the last question, I guess, future projects. What are you working on next, let's say? Are you going to direct an easy project so that you don't have problems with censorship?
Before we moved to Venice Film Festival, we already done the third film. It's about Baby Hat story. Yeah, it's some kind of women story in Malaysia. So hopefully can show in Malaysia because it's not that sensitive issue, but we are still trying to make it more, I think, two versions, Malaysian version and international version. Yeah, maybe.
All right.
So we are trying to do two versions for film because for me, because investor were still asking why your first film and second film not showing in Malaysia. So we try to find the way out. So I'm still finding the right solution for my film because the first film, Story on Southern Island, and also Snow in Midsummer, a little bit sensitive. Maybe the third one I will be make it two versions, one for Malaysian version and one for international version.
Okay, I understand. Well, I guess that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for my broken English.
No problem.